another cold one in the D. It's so cold in the D. Man, 7 degrees this morning. I'm doing this video Tuesday morning. Tuesday. Just a smidget late, but I'm always early. So me being on time is like, I still be early. But let's talk about the Detroit Pistons. They got $64 million in cap space. I spoke on that on Wednesday. And, my thing is, how they going to attract people to come here? It's like it's like an ugly guy. How do an ugly guy attract a woman? Money, the illusion of having money, jewelry, glasses, having things. That's the number one thing a lot of women attracted to is things. Now, some guys just got the look. You know what I'm saying? Some guys just got the look. Some guys got the game. Some guys got the swag. Same thing for a girl. How does a girl make herself look more attractive? They try to cover up their blemishes. If they got a butter face, what they try to do, put makeup on it. Try to have a big booty, big titties. Try to carry themselves a certain way. And, that tends to make up for all the flaws. They try to trap you. That's what women try to do. With makeup, they trap you in, you like them, then you move in or you wake up next to them and you look, like, man, she ain't the same person. She went from an 8 to a 6, but you like, what? I like her. That's how they get you, They like cats. Cats like to, boo-boo and stuff, and have sex and stuff in secrecy. This is why you get the saying where women are, have sex like cats in secrecy, and guys are like dogs, they have sex anyway. A little game where we get that saying from. But nonetheless, how do the Pistons be more attractive? Well, there's some ways to do so. There's trading guys to come here. They have a mostly black coaching staff. Look like they got a mostly black front office. It seems like they got a cool owner that's willing to spend to win. But, Dan Snyder down there, when he owned the Commanders, a.k.a. the Skins, a.k.a. the football team, he was willing to spend to win. That's not always the best thing. You got to have competent people in place to help you make competent moves on different levels. And that's how everybody becomes a great person or a wealthy person. The advice to take and advice not to take. So that's just what's messing this organization up. He got a bunch of people in his ear that don't have the best interest of the franchise, even if that's intentionally or unintentionally, and that's just my opinion on it. So you can just, trade for guys and then, trap them in warm men. It's like with a woman, you can either talk to a woman, try to give you a chance, which I don't, my whole thing is I'm not advertising to a woman who don't want me. Because women know when they want a guy, when they see a guy. It's just, could you grow on a woman? Absolutely. I've done that with women that I've been around a lot. But I'm not intentionally doing it, forcing a woman. Women be knowing, they know they want a guy and they have sex with them on the first night. If they really, really like him, like boyfriend material, they like, I'm not gonna fuck him the first night. Maybe the second time we go out, the third time. But the Pistons kind of got to be like, they got to trap the girl or trap the guy to come here. Trade them, woo them, show them that they're trying to do better, and then make them fall in love with the city of Detroit. But that's pretty much the way it's always been to get guys here. Isaiah didn't want to come here. He wanted to go to Chicago. John Sally, you know what I'm saying? You remember Sally was saying in the 30 for 30, I believe it was, Bad Boys, which is one of the best ones. My favorite is Reggie Miller. Now, a little secret here. Reggie Miller is like my third favorite all-time NBA player, bar none. I wore the number in middle school, 31, because of Reggie Miller. I love Reggie Miller. My first is Allen Iverson. He's my GOAT. He's my favorite player of all time. Then it's Kevin Garnett, and Reggie Miller. In my top 3, for those who didn't know. All time. But yeah, that's pretty much how you got to do it, man. lot of these guys didn't want to come here, but John Sally in 30 for 30, you know, he ended up liking it. And remember Chuck Daly used to, when he had a bad game, used to threaten him, say, well, John Sally, I'm going to send you to Milwaukee. Milwaukee don't have no nightclubs. They don't have no nightlife. And Detroit got a very underrated amenities, bro. Like, people don't understand. You're close to New York. You're close to Canada. You're close to Chicago. You're not far from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? You Middle West. You don't got to worry about hurricanes. You ain't got to worry about none of the disastrous stuff. Maybe a tornado here and there. You know? That's about it. You know? So it's very underrated. International airport. Casinos. That, you know, when you can go back and forth to Canada, you know, without all the bull job, used to be even better. It used to be even better. So, but yeah, either you gonna, you know, or you gotta sell yourself. And like I said, I'm not a promoter of selling myself to a person who don't want me. You know, unless it's a job or it's a business opportunity, and that's what you got to do. But to a woman, I'm not selling myself. Myself speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? My confidence, the way I speak, I got teeth, I got hair, I'm clean cut. You know what I'm saying? I can take care of myself. It speaks for itself. But in this case, you got to be a salesman. You got to convince people to want to come here and what's going to change. You know, so this is the business aspect of it. You got to convince people that, you know, this franchise is going in the right direction, because if you pay somebody a bunch of money to come to Detroit, they just coming for the money. They just going to come from the stats, or they going to take the money and they just going to keep it moving. And they're not going to play with no heart or no determination or nothing like that. So it's a danger here. So you got to make sure you hold your end of the bargain up and you start changing things around for this thing to be successful. But either you trade somebody or you convince for somebody. The easiest way is to trade for somebody. And apparently Zach LaVine ready to go. They ready to get rid of him. You know, that might be something to look at right then and there. I threw out the scenario of trying to get DeJounte Murray, Zach LaVine, Pascal Siakam, and riding out with that. Or you can trade for Miles Bridges, you know, do Klay Thompson, do DeJounte, or do some combination of those things. But no matter, you know, if you're going to build around Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren, and let's say a Short Thompson and Sasser, well, it's going to be, you know, the problem is you still going to make your gigantic leaps or your monumental leaps are still going to be on the strength of them developing. But now you don't have, you know, weeds in your garden no more. You know, you got fertilizer, you know what I'm saying, you're watering it. You add a Klay or a Zach, or you add a DeJounte Murray. You take some pressure off of these guys. And the only thing that you really don't like about adding Zach LaVine over Klay Thompson is that he defensively is not committed. With Klay Thompson, he brings a championship caliber. He's defensively committed. You know, he bring the shooting that you need. Zach LaVine more of a ball handler. He more of a scorer. He gonna give you a guy that can go get a bucket, and DeJounte Murray and Cade Cunningham gonna make him that much deadlier. So I mean, either or. I mean, that's what I go out there and do. If I really wanted to make a move, you know, I just sit Zach LaVine down before he got here and say, man, we need you to be more committed on the defensive side of the floor. That's going to allow Cade Cunningham, you know, to really be more efficient and probably average a triple-double in my opinion. So they got some options out here. I mean, like I said, I like Lauri Markkanen. The reason Pascal Siakam will work in this situation, you got to pay DeJounte and Pascal and Klay. That's the dangerous thing about it. I don't think you can get away with that. You know, Lauri Markkanen, you probably get him 25, 30. But that's the dangerous thing about it. With Lauri Markkanen, he going to stretch the floor, give you some time at the 5, give you some 4, give you some stretch. He's not going to shoot the ball. I mean, he's not going to defend at the level, but you just make sure you put defenders around him. DeJounte, Cade, whoever it may be. So, That's the thing about it. But with Siakam and Clay, well, Siakam and DeJounte and Zach is already paid. You know? So, like I said before, I would like to see what they have in, in Marcus Sasser before you go out there and get a Murray. But I think they see more of him being a Vinny Johnson type of guy. You know, that's what I kind of think they see him more as a Vinny Johnson type of guy. So, but yeah, man, that's the scenario. And I don't know who all available, you know. But if I'm them, I mean, that's one thing I would think about. The crazy thing is, you know, what would it take to get, you know, to pay Clay? What is Clay looking at? He looking at a max? And then you thinking about either paying him a max, which I don't think you want to do, or, you know, you let him test the market and possibly lose, you know, stuff. So, you know, Bridges would be a little bit cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Tobias would be just as expensive as Pat. I mean, so, like I said before, in my humble opinion, you know, if you need another lead guard, I like Murray a lot. Defend, shoot the ball well. You know, range he got, not too small. So, I understand them wanting to get him and take some pressure off of Cade Cunningham, but it'd be interesting. It'd be truly interesting to see what they do. But whatever they put around these guys, it's still going to be up to them to develop, to take this team to the next level. It's still going to be up to them. So, let me know what you girls and guys think, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJGood313, Venmo, CJGood313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. This damn van in my way. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Peace.